Uh, Good morning, everyone. I'm Manjari from the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. I am a senior officer of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India of Western India Regional Council. Today's faculty is CMA PD Mode. CMA PD Mode is MBA, MCOM, fellow member of our Institute of Cost Accountants of India. He is also faculty for Institute of Cost and Management Accountancy, Institute of Chartered Accountancy, Institute of Company Secretary, as well as he is a faculty from last 40, he is teaching from last 40 years. He is teaching all the subject of CA, CS and ICW. So I request Mohd sir to kindly proceed the subject cost accounting today for the lecture. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Good morning, all of you. Now, first of all, I am very much thankful for the WIRC for giving us an opportunity.
Sir, earphone not required, sir. Your voice is, not audible, sir.
Not audible? Okay.
When we practice, at that time you are not use the same thing, sir.
Good morning. You are hearing? Hello?
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Yeah. Okay, good morning, all of you. First of all, I welcome all the students for the intermediate CMA course, and I am very much thankful for giving us an opportunity to meet the student, to the WIC office bearer, Chairman Arshad Bhai, the senior officer DG Vanjari, who take all the pain to connect us, and Virag Bhai, also he take a lot of trouble to make this program successful, and all others, and particularly students who attend this course. Now, this is the crash course designed and developed by the WIC. We are only the faculty. The purpose or objective of this course, crash course, is that giving some clarity about the examination practice. All the students of all the center might have studied well these subjects in the class, either online or offline. That is different issue. So they are very clear about all the topics. Today, our object is to get the maximum marks. Only knowing the subject is not enough. And you all know that in intermediate, the average result work out between 25 to 30%. And in cost accounting paper 8, the average result of the last many terms is not more than 40%. Our attempt is to not only to get 40%, but it should be go more than 80%. Apart from that, another objective is to score 90 marks in this paper, and how it is possible that we will discuss. I have bifurcated various matters in the 3 days. So first of all, understand that you decide your goal. What is your goal? Your goal is to reach 90% marks. Is it possible? It is only possible. How, that I will show you. The first of all, you know the pattern of the paper. I have also sent one paper that we will solve later on. That is different issue. How to make plan? It is a strategy. Passing exam is a strategy. It is not only just a reading, not only solve the problem. So what is the strategy to score 90 plus marks? Achieve this objective. So if you see the paper, the part A is 25 marks. It is objective. And you can score entire 25 marks out of it without losing a single marks. And part B, you have to attempt any 5 questions. Here also you can score easily 7 out of 75, 65 to 70 marks, because there are enough options for your study. Now you divide this course in 2 parts, according to me, not in objective or subjective or practical. There are 2 parts. One is theory and second part is practical. I have observed so many years, students ignore the theory. They just read out as it is just a completion like a course. But you know that 25 marks objective question based on only theory. Plus, last question of any paper you refer, 15 marks, is also theory. So theory may consider 40% of marks. This is not a small thing. Out of these 40 marks, you can make sure in the last question 10 marks and the first question 25 marks. So 35 marks you can maximum score out of 40 marks. And remaining part B, you attempt any 4 questions of 60 marks, assume. So out of 60 marks, you can get all the 60 marks or at least 50 marks. So 50 plus 35, 80 plus marks is a easy way you can get. How, that we will see. Now today, first of all, there are 25 concepts, practical. I'm taking practical. This 25 marks practical question, you understand concepts, not the full practice. So you will have all the chances to solve any of the problem, and that we will do. Later on, after the concepts are very clear, we go the full problems, solve the papers. So this will be connect your concepts with the practical. And you will be in no time prepare these subjects. According to me, if you spend 5 hours at home, you can very, very well 5 concepts we will solve during these 3 days. We also have given you June 19, and you all let first, and then this time here to read that you will understand. To prepare all from your study tomorrow. Now we will theory. Refer the is given very lengthy. So understanding the concept, because if you are not clear for, you will be confused which is correct, because you are given 4 options and all the 4 options are very near to true, but only one is very near, rest is not that much near. So in such cases, to avoid the conceptual confusion, you have to be very clear in the theory. Similarly, you have read the theory very well conceptually. We will discuss only few theory that give you an idea how to prepare the theory. You will be also able to match A with B You will be also give the right answer for the true and false sentence. You will also be very clear the fill the blanks. So objective question 25 marks is not a small marks, and it is also compulsory. So you have to prepare the theory very well. In the last one, that is question number 8 in all the papers, is also theory and how to write it. So we will discuss some few conceptual theory. So first of all, understand what are the various concepts say. Example, we will start with this. What is the difference between cost accounting and financial accounting? The first questions. So you may not have a very long thesis like this, that there may be 8 difference, 10 difference, but it is not important. You have to very clear 3 points in each theory. So when you prepare your own notes, if you want to get the 100% marks in objective questions and in the last question, what you have to, even it is a 1 page, 2 page or half page theory given in study material, is not important. Important, what are the 3 important points? So we give some example. What is the difference between financial accounting and cost accounting? So there are many differences. You can make a list of 10. But the most important 3 differences are this. 1. Financial accounting give overall profit of the company. Cost accounting give the product-wise profitability. Number 2. Financial accounting is a periodical accounts, means monthly, quarterly, 6 monthly, yearly. Cost accounting is not a periodical, it is a need base. How? Yesterday you prepare a cost sheet for dairy product. Just today, the raw material means milk cost is increased. So you have to revise immediately. You cannot wait for the next month. Third, financial accounting is useful for both internal and external. Management use it, and external means shareholder, means investor, bankers, means lenders, government, supplier, all are using. While the cost accounting use only internally. And last difference. Format of the financial accounting fix. Profit and loss, you know that revenue, less expenses, profit before tax, means PBT, then tax and PAT. The cost sheet is not the same for all the industries. Cost sheet is always different industry to industry. Manufacturing and service sector separate format. So these are the 4 different that you have to understand. Similarly, under questions, what are the objective of the cost accounting? So there are several objectives. The first objective is to find out the cost of product, process, and service. Second, to decide the sales price. Third, stock valuation. 4, basis for the cost reduction. And last, provide the information to take business related decisions. These are the 5 objectives. You must know it. If you see the June 2019 paper, the first objective question was given, which is the most important objective of the cost accounting. And here all others are given, which I given. But the most important, if you compare, to take the business decision. Because any other things can be taken by any way. Sales price may be decided by marketing. Product cost can be rough estimated. But when you have to take important decision in the business, means continue the business, product, second shift, you have to take the help of the cost accountant. So business decision is most important. Similarly, conceptuality, I give you one under more example. There are several concepts. I will not discuss all the concepts, but how to read and how to underline and how only 3 points or 2 points in concept. So we discuss only 5 important concepts. One is opportunity cost. Second is differential cost. Third is sunk cost. Fourth is notional cost. And fifth, differential cost. I can discuss all, but I don't want to discuss. But I give you guide how to prepare. How to prepare you or not. And your note may not be more than 5 pages. If you point only 2 or 3, now I discuss. What is the opportunity cost? Simple one line. Opportunity cost is a profit foregone. Simple. Suppose Sunday you are working and your salary on that day is 1,000 per day. Now you attend the social function on Sunday and you are at office leave without pay. So the 1,000 rupee lost, not attending that office, and you attend the social function. So 1,000 rupees is a profit foregone you, and that is your opportunity cost. Simple. Similarly, what is the sunk cost? The cost which is lost, which cannot be recovered anyhow, that is called a sunk cost. Take a simple example. You have one machine 5 years back, and now that machine is no longer useful. Unproductive machine, design is changed. And the entire amount invested and depreciation you are bearing every year, it is a sunk cost. What is the importance of sunk cost? Sunk cost is a cost which is irrelevant for the decision making in future. You cannot consider that cost at anyhow. Similarly, third concepts. This concept is a differential cost. What is a differential cost? Differential cost is the difference of cost between two alternatives. This alternative may be a method alternative. This alternative may be a volume alternative. See, simple take example. You are selling in the wholesale market and the total cost of various component amounts to be 12 lakhs. But you switch over, you want to switch over to retail business and the cost may be 15 lakhs. So what is the differential cost? 3 lakhs. So differential cost is the total cost difference, not variable or fixed. Total cost difference between two alternate and mostly activity. These concepts you have to very keep in mind. Similarly, what is the notional cost? The cost which is not incurred at all. It is not incurred at all. Means in so point is concerned for financial accounting, no entry is required. And still you consider in the cost, that is called a notional cost. Which are the example? Two best example. The factory building is your own. Under factory, you have a rented factory. If you want to compare the cost, the factory A, where you are not paying a single rupees, and factory B, you are paying a rent. So it is uncomparable. So you consider factory A as a notional cost. And another example of notional cost is a interest on your own capital. Normally, we don't consider the interest on our own capital. Similarly, under concepts, period cost and product cost. The cost which is related with the product means raw material is a product cost. You produce and then cost is incurred. That is the product cost. And period cost by passes of the time, whether you produce or not, that is the period cost. You know very well. The salary and rent is a period cost. Material and wages is a product cost. Such kind of clarity give you idea. I have gone through all the objective questions and comes to know that if you are very clear in your concepts, you will have a sure correct answer on it. Take the simple another example of your clarity. Many students are confused. What is the difference between cost reduction and cost control? Both are looks like same. Question set on it. How the question set on it? They may ask difference. They may ask multiple choice. They may ask fill the blanks. They may want to match, whatever it may be. So I give very clarity of this point. Difference between cost reduction and cost control. Write down only 3 points. Don't go in detail. Cost reduction is a reduction in cost permanently and without impairing the quality. Simple. So your quality should not be affected and it should be fairly long. And what is the cost control? Cost control means setting the cost within the limit. You have some limit and you are working under that limit. It's called a cost control. Best example, give the telephone. Your telephone bill work out 1,500 rupees per month. Your parents say it is too much, it is too much. Control it, control it. You control by 1,000. Your parents give us guidelines, deadlines. I will not pay one single rupees more if you exceed 1,000. So 1,000 is a set, control setting. You reduce number of phone and next month will come 905 rupees. So it is cost control from 1,500 to 905 rupees. But cost reduction is a different issue. You may not reduce any phone. You may not reduce any phone. Still, your bill will be reduced. How? You choose a scheme. You inquire in Vodafone, in Airtel, many, and you study all type of scheme and you choose one scheme which you give you the same number of calls with a lesser amount. So this plan may be for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe a year. So whole time during the year, it is permanent. You have to pay less and number of phone calls are not less. That is called a cost reduction. Second, cost reduction is an engineering approach. We cannot do anything because it is totally technical matters. And if this is a technical matter in industry, we cannot do anything. While cost control is a accounting approach. Cost accountant can do many things on it. Third, which are the technique of the cost reduction? You know that. Value engineering, value analysis, standardization, variety reduction, BPR, benchmarking. All these are the technique of cost reduction. Then what are the technique of cost control? standard costing, budgetary control, target costing, activity-based management, life cycle costing, Kaizen costing, throughput costing, Pareto principles. All these are the examples of cost control. And last, cost reduction is a creative approach, and there cannot be any limit. You know that when earlier the mobile was started, 16 rupees per minute, and now it is reduced to 50 paisa per minute. 32 times reduction. But in case of cost control, it is a disciplinary approach, not creative approach. So if you have a more discipline, you can reduce it, but with certain limit. Your brother is staying in hostel. His average expense is 5,000. However, he will try, he cannot reduce less than 4,000. So it is a disciplinary approach. Now these concepts, how you help in objective question. You see the past paper, there are few questions on it. Objective 1. Match A with B. This side it is given cost reduction and cost control. And this side B, you 3 points are given: standard costing, value analysis. How you match? So cost reduction, you match with the standard costing. Value analysis, you match with the cost reduction. Similarly, sometimes fill the blanks they are given. Sometimes in multiple choice they also can give. Same things. So these are some points which are very important. How to prepare the note. Don't just read, prepare the notes. And keep in mind, there should not be more than 3 points in every. Now, we take the simple example for the preparation of the theory. You know the marginal costing very well, even better than me. If you want to notes only in 3 important points, what you will do? It's simple. You may write only 3 points, 3 or 4 points. Number 1, marginal costing 1. First is equation. What is the equation? Sales minus variable cost equal contribution. Contribution minus fixed cost equal profit. This is the fundamental understanding. Now, what it means? Fixed cost plus profit equal contribution. Fixed cost plus profit equal contribution. If one is given, another you can easily find out. What other thing is that? What other point you will come to derive? Number 2. PV ratio does not affect by volume. Volume may be changed, but PV ratio remain unchanged. 3. Equation. Margin of safety equal sales minus BEP. And margin of safety always expressed in percentage. These are the brief note. Now look to the past paper, what they ask. In one question they ask, PV ratio does not affect by volume. PV ratio does not affect by volume. Margin of safety always expressed in percentage. Similar another question you see in June 19. One question is simple. I read it a very simple way, objective question, multiple choice, A, B, C, D. Fixed cost 60,000. Fixed cost 60,000. And company wants 15,000 profit. 15,000 profit. And PV ratio is 25%. What should be the sales? What should be the sales? Simple. What say fixed cost is 60,000, profit is 15,000, means what amount you want contribution. And contribution means fixed cost plus profit. So fixed cost 60,000, 15,000 profit. So 75,000 you want contribution. If you want 75,000 contribution and 25% is the PV ratio, what amount you want to sell? Simple. If 25 rupees is a contribution, sale should be 100. We need 75,000 contribution, the sale will come out. But for this, you should have a very clear concepts by equation. Fixed cost plus profit equal contribution. Similarly, what is the break even? What is the break even in equation? Fundamentally clear. Contribution equal fixed cost is a break even. Contribution equal fixed cost is a break even. Why? 100 rupees contribution, 100 rupees fixed cost, 0 profit. So in break even situations, contribution and fixed cost must be equal. These kind of fundamental concepts you have to think about it. So in every topics, we will go to 25 basic concepts for understanding. Similarly, other concepts, other clarity like this in theory. What is the profit you will take? What is the profit you will take in profit and loss account in contract? This theoretical. So rules are simple. You have to be very clarified, preparing notes. Many contracts are not completed within the year. If within the year, financial year, it is complete, there is no patience. But sometimes contract may or may not be finished. If it is not finished, there are 3 situations. Number 1, if contract is completed less than 25%, no profit is to carry forward. If contract exceed 25%, but less than 50%, the formula is this: notional profit multiplied by 1/3 multiplied by cash received divided by work certified. Third, if exceed 50%, 1/3 become 2/3. 1/3 become 2/3. And if it is 100%, entire profit transferred to profit and loss. This kind of notes you require. So any typical question you can solve it. Any typical question you can solve it. Now, how you will show in balance sheet? Suppose the 4 points are given in contract account. Work certified 1 lakh. Work not certified 50,000. Profit carry forward to profit and loss 40,000. Reserve profit 20,000. And cash received 60% of the work certified. How you show in the balance sheet? How you show in the balance sheet? This kind of theoretical question you have to be very clear. So in balance sheet, what you show on asset side, work in process. What is work in process? Work which is not completed in all respect is called a work in process. It means 2 points. One, work certified and work not certified. So you show the work in process, work certified 1 lakh plus work not certified 50,000, work in process 1,50,000. Less out of 1,50,000, 60% cash is minus 60,000. And how you have already reserved the profit, that also will minus. So 1,50,000 minus cash receive 60,000 minus reserve profit 20,000. So 80,000 will minus and you show 70,000 in balance sheet. This kind of clarity you must have in your mind. Similarly, take the example of theory. You may be asked, what is the difference between job evolution and merit rating? Can you say, any one of you, what is the difference between job evolution and merit rating? You may read is not enough. Clarity of the concepts is very important, then you can score it very well. I will give you all the list of the theory in a page number wise. I will send to Vanzari today and you will get tomorrow. Which page number wise, these are the very important theory you have to remember conceptually and prepare your own notes. So what is the fundamental? What is the fundamental difference between job evolution and merit rating? Any one of you can tell me? You have read it, na? I'm not teaching you because I cannot teach you in 3 days. It requires minimum 15 lectures to complete the whole course. But it can be revised within the 3 days. And that is my purpose. I revise 100%, theory and practical both. Can you give me why I'm asking you? To make you aware what you read, whether you remember or not. Examination style, online, offline is not much important. You can easily convert it. Suppose I am teaching in online. Before June, we never taught, but we convert with some limitations. Similarly, conceptual clarity is must. Any one of you, there are a number of students are attending this. Anyone can tell me what is the difference between, very simple question, job evolution and merit rating? Anyone? Okay, I will tell you. Job evolution purpose to scale, decide the scale of each job. Decide the scale of each job. So there are 2 jobs. Machinist operator, helper, crane operator, welder, fitter, peon, godown keeper or manager. These are the various jobs available in factory. Who is manager, who is helper, they are not interested. So considering various factors, what the scale should be, job should be. So manager should be in the range of 1 lakh, peon should be get 20 lakhs. In government, you know, the grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. So grade 4 this scale, grade 3 this scale, grade 2 this scale, grade 1 this. So it is a scaling the job. While merit rating is a rating the person. There are 3 managers, A, B, C. All are in the same cadre in private sector. A will get 10,000 increment, B get 5,000 increment, and C get only 1,000. Why? because based on merit rating. Merit rating is the evolution of performance of the person, while the job evolution is the scaling the job. These two objectives have been asked in June 19. How they ask, match A with B. This side they have given the merit rating, and this side the evolution of person, measurement of the performance of the person. So these are the things that we have to think. Similarly, what is the difference between allocation and absorption? Simple. Allocation means whole of the expenses for one cost center, and apportionment is the apportion of the expenses among the various centers. Why? Because allocations where they benefit only one center. Example, boiler attendant only work in boiler, where the power is consumed by all the cost center. That is why is need to apportion. Another example in college, salary of the librarian goes to only library, while office supervisor's salary goes to various departments, and is need to apportionment. And second most important, there is no need to apportion of allocation. And there is always need to apportion of overhead on some basis. And what are the basis? You know that there are major 8 expenses and 8 bases. It cannot be arbitrary, it should be justified. Example, rent is on square area, power on HP, electricity on number of points, insurance on value of machine, depreciation on value of machine, indirect labor on basis of direct labor, indirect material on the basis of direct material, canteen expenses based on number of employee, and similarly miscellaneous or sundry expenses based on direct wages. So these are the bases already established. Similarly, what are the methods of absorptions? What are the methods of absorption? Simple question, but important questions. So there are 5 methods of absorptions. One is percentage of direct material. Second is the percentage of direct labor. Third is the percentage of prime cost. 4 is machine hour. 5th is labor hour. These are the 5 methods normally used in industry to find out this. Similarly, very simple but important question sometimes asked. What is the difference between variable cost and fixed cost? So simple. Variable cost vary when the production is changed. Fixed cost remain fixed irrespective of change in production. But second is most important. Variable cost per unit fixed and fixed cost per unit variable. These are the very, very fundamental point. Similar another theory that I say that will help you in multiple choice, fill the blanks or other things. There are various incentive schemes. You know better than me because you are students. One is Halsey, Rowan, Merrick, and Taylor. These are 4. You must have a finger point remembers all these 4 formula. What is the Halsey formula? Bonus according to Halsey is simple. 50% into bracket time save multiply by hourly rate. If time saved 20 hours, hourly rate 10 rupees. So 200 rupees saved and 50% benefit goes to employee. So 100 rupees is a bonus. Now second point. What is time save? Time save means time allowed minus time taken. So time allowed is 20 hours, time taken 16 hours, time saved 4 hours. Next, what is the time allowed? Time allowed, how you will find out? Simple. The standard production per hour is 10 units. Actual production is 120 units. So, actual production divided by standard production per hour, that give you idea of time allowed. So 120 has produced, divide by 10, 12 hours. Suppose he produced 130 units, so 130 divided by 10, so 13 hours is time allowed. And whatever time allowed, 13 or 12, minus time taken, assume 8 hours. So in the first case, it is 5 hours saving, in second case, 4 hours saving. Similarly, very clear, you have to understand what is the Owen formula. The Owen formula is very simple. Time saved divided by time allowed means proportion of time allowed and time saved. Time saved divided by time allowed multiplied by wages. Simple. Then what is the merit? Merit is difference. It is in two parts. First, find out the efficiency of the worker. Merrick and Taylor efficiency base. So, in one day, production as per standard should be 100 units. And he produced 75 units. So, his efficiency is 75%. Actual production divided by standard production multiplied by 100. But he produced 90. So, his efficiency is 90. So, how to find out efficiency is the first point. Standard production and actual production to be related. So actual production divided by standard production multiplied by 100, you find out the efficiency. Then how to give the incentive? There are two rules. Number one, if employee exceeds 83%, then he will be given a bonus of 10%. If he exceeds or equal 100%, he will be given 20%. But is below 83%, no bonus. So in this case, the person employs 75%, no bonus, and 90%, 10% bonus. So suppose his earning is 50 rupees, 10%, 5 rupees bonus. This is merit, simple. You put a separate note, you need not to go all the example for that. And another is Taylor. What is the Taylor? Taylor differential scheme. If the efficiency below 100, he will be penalized. His wages will reduce to 80%. Suppose he is reduced in ordinary cost 50 rupees, but his efficiency is 75%, or 90%, or 99%. His salary will be reduced 50% minus 20% means 10 rupees will be reduced and he will get only 40 rupees, means 80% of his original salary. But if he 100% or exceed 100%, he will be getting 20% bonus. So in the case of rupees 50 remuneration, his efficiency is 100%. He will not given 50. 50 plus 20 means 60 rupees. Vast difference of efficiency. All these are very fundamental. Very fundamental. And whenever you go through the theory is of two types. How to remember the theory? Theory is of two types. One type is practical base. Second type is theoretical base. In theoretical base, you have to remember. Practical base, you have to relate, not remember. I give a simple example of the how to write the short note on margin of safety. Very simple. What you write? This is a practical based. You need not to remember. You have to relate. A simple short note of the margin of safety. How you write? Short note given of 5 marks. Not objective question. How you write? There are two types of short notes. Purely based on concept and purely based on practical. This relate to practical. How you write? So I give you simple that way. So how much long you may write the first questions? In theory, rules is very simple. 1 marks 1 point. 1 point, 1 line. When you write long, chances for wrong. Don't write long. Give your concepts, your idea, your illustration. Any short notes which are related to practical or theoretical, you may write maximum 5 points. Which 5 points? Number 1, definition. Number 2, formula. If there may not be formula, format. If there may not be format, step. Third, illustration. 4, application. 5th, limitation. Any short notes you can finish this way, whether it is a pure theoretical or it may be practical. And prepare your own notes. I give a simple example. In margin of safety. In margin of safety, what is the definition? Simple. Margin of safety is the difference between sales and break-even. Close. Margin of safety is the difference between sales and break-even. Point number 2. Margin of safety always expressed in percentage. It may be considered in rupees, but more important is percentage. Why? Why? Because there are 2 products. Product A, turnover 50 lakhs. And product B, turnover is only 1 lakh. If you put only in money amount, it has no sense. Product B is more safe. By percentage is 80%. And product A 20%. So second important point. First you may write, margin of safety is the difference between sales and break-even. Point number 2, margin of safety is always expressed in percentage because in many organizations there are many products. Even there are only 1 product, you can easily compare with 3, 1. Suppose you produce only 1 product. Why percentage is important? Number 1. This year margin of safety is 60%. But previous year it was 40%. So your margin of safety is increased. Or your budgeted margin of safety is 50%. So you can compare with this. And average margin of safety in industry is 60%. So you can compare with budgeted margin of safety. You can compare with previous year. You can compare with the other industry or general norms. So it will be much easier to express in percentage. Third, give the practical example. So you put like this, 1 lakh rupees sales. Hello. મેં એટલા માટે ફોન કર્યો કાલે મેં મનુભાઈની બર્થડે હતી એટલે મેં તમારે ફોન કર્યો ત્યારે વાત થઈ ગઈ મેં એ તો બધા કન્સલ્ટિંગ છે જાયડસ હોય છે ને ત્યાં ડાયરેક્ટર છે આપણે બપોરે મળીએ તો માર્જિન ઓફ સેફ્ટી These are the example. 1 lakh sales, 60,000 break even, 40,000 margin of safety, which is 40%. These are the example. Third, what is the use of margin of safety? The margin of safety to find out, to know the status of that product, and always margin of safety to be increased. How? Next question, how you can increase? By two ways. One way is to increase the sales. Break even remaining 60,000 and sales increase 1,20,000, margin of safety will be increased by 60,000. And 60,000 of 1,20,000 means 50%. So from 40 to 50% you want to increase. There one way to increase the sales. Now question, how you will increase the sales? You can increase the sales by two ways. One, by increase the sales price of the same volume, or increase the volume by same sales price. Simple. 1 lakh is existing sales. You are selling 50,000 units at a ₹2. Now you have two choices. You can increase the volume, sales price remaining same, ₹2, and 60,000, 1,20,000. Or you can increase your sales price to ₹40 and volume is same 50,000, 1,20,000. This is one way. And second way, if you are not touching at all your sales price, either by volume or by price, but you are considering the reduction of the break even. This 60,000 can be reduced to 50,000. Automatically, your margin of safety will increase from 40 to 50%. How to reduce the break even? By two ways. One, increase the PV ratio or decrease the fixed cost. And this way you can write. Discover number of objective, fill the blanks, matching, and sometimes your practical problem also can be solved. Such kind of conceptuality is very, very important. So I may not go theoretical portion much, but this idea I have given you. So I will give you the list of the 50 short notes. Put your own way, and you will be very much comfortable in exam. My only object to crash course is to give you more and more marks in this paper by systematic preparations, and the list will be given you along with the page number, so you can see it and you can prepare your own note. Now we switch over to practical problem. We are going 25 practical problem, not in number 25 conceptuality. And if you understand this 25, there will not be any single question in your paper you will not be able to solve. This is the objective. So these are, we are going to take it. Your course, I give the structure of your course. If you can do wisely planned, you can very well do it. There are 3 parts in your syllabus. Considering the marks, one part is 40% marks. In 40% marks, how many chapters are covered? You understand? Material, labor, overhead, direct expenses, cost accounting standard, integral, non-integral, and cost sheet. This 8 chapter, if you will do it covers 40% marks. And to cover this 40% marks, how many examples you have to solve, you know? Not even 40. I will provide you list, number of example, type of example, and page number of your study material. Be selective and get the total control over your subjects. Part B. Hello? Part B. Part B is for methods. And there are only 4 topics and 30% marks. Contract, job and contract, process costing, operating costing, and batch costing. Debt and joint product. These 5 topics cover 30% marks. So you do this first, because these are very important. Small course, contract and job, batch, process and joint cost, and operating cost. These 30 marks. And for 30 marks, budget, marginal, and standard. And all together, you have to go only 25 practical concepts. We take one by one. Everything will not complete today, but my idea is to cover all the 25. I'm not going routine way because you are already done. The paper which I've given you, that you solve at home, and tomorrow we will very, very fast. If you have solved this paper, you will also come to know what difficulty you find. And I will explain each and every questions of the paper. So now we will start after 2 minutes, the 25 practical questions with, I will explain it. You will also try to solve it. So your concepts will be very clear. Whenever the problem is required, I will not detect in detail. You have also study material with you, and you will open the particular page, and you will see the solution also, so you will be understand. So calculation is not much important. Important part is understanding. Now we will take it. Now we will start. First is material cost. There are only 3 points you have to understand. One is very important, is EOQ. You know all this. I am not giving anything new. I am giving you revise with reference to exam. I am not teaching you because you already learned. First, understand the concept EOQ. What kind of question they ask and how to solve it. The EOQ question can be asked in 2 ways. One is by formula base, and second is by table base. Formula based question is to find out EOQ only, and table you have to prepare to take decision. Simple. There are 2 parts. Take one simple questions. Your annual demand, you may write down very small, so need not to, later on we refer the study material, but first understand these concepts. Annual demand 12,000 units. Order cost rupees 100 per unit per order. Order cost rupees 100 per order. Purchase price rupees 100 per unit. Carrying cost 10%. Calculate EOQ. This is the very simple. Anyone can do it very well. What will be the answer? You do along with me, so you need not to refer later on your study note or scanner. So what will be the answer? Simple. 2 into 12,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 10. So 2 into 12,000 into 100 divided by 10 and square root. So 490 units. 490 units is the answer. You may or may not solve, that is different issue, but I will explain you. Annual demand 12,000. Ordering cost 100. Purchase price per unit 100 rupees and carrying cost 10. So what the formula you know? 2 into 12,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 10 because 10% carrying cost. So 490 units. Now question number 2 for decision making. In this decision making, suppose the entire amount of demand 12,000 units can be placed with single order and you are given 5% discount. Will you accept it? This kind of question normally asked. How to solve it? Here you have to prepare the table. What is the table? Table has this type of column. There we have 2 options. Number 1, as per EOQ. And second, entire lot. There are 2 options. As per EOQ and entire lot. As per EOQ, order size is 490. And as entire lot is 12,000. Third column, number of orders. How much number of orders are required? 12,000 divided by 490. So in this case, 25 orders are required. And in second case, only 1 order is required. Third, what is the purchase price? Purchase price in first case is 100 rupees. In second case, 95 rupees. 4 column is average inventory. What is the average inventory? Order size divided by 2. So in the first case, 245 and in second case, 6,000. So these are the quantitative details. These quantitative details will help us to take decision. It is to be converted in amount. So there are, what is the cost? Cost means 4 costs. PC, OC, CC equal TC. What is the PC? Annual demand multiplied by purchase price. So 12,000 into 100. So which amount? 12 lakhs. 12,000 multiplied by 100. In second case, you get the 5% discount. So 12 lakhs means 95 into 12,000. So 5% discount means 11 lakh 40,000. Means 60,000 discount. That is called a PC. What is the OC? Number of orders multiplied by per order. So 100 rupees per order. In first case 25, so 2,500. And in second case only 100. But most important is CC. What is CC? Average inventory multiplied by purchase price multiplied by carrying cost. So in first case, average inventory is 245 multiplied by purchase price per unit 100 multiplied by carrying percentage 10%. So 2,450. How this come? 2,450. average inventory 245 multiply by purchase price 100 and into 10. In second case, what happens? Average inventory 6,000, purchase price 95, multiply by carrying cost 0.1, which amount to 57,000. Now total of both. So 12 lakhs plus 2,500 plus 2,450. Total amount 12 lakhs 4,950 in case first, and in second case 11 lakh 40,000 plus 100 plus 57,000. So 11 lakh 97,100. So second option is advisable. So what is new? It is not new. You know that. But you have to remember that when you have to take any decision, the table is important. Table is cover PC, OC, CC equal TC. These are the very important things you have to understand. And you can apply this anyway. Now, in your study material, the important questions. You refer your study material. I open the page number. Example number 20. Look this problem. Very important problem. Very easy part I will left. Only understandable point of exam I will discuss. Open the page number 65. Illustration number 20. I hope that everyone have a study material on hand. I give you 2 minutes to think about it. Have you opened? I think everyone has opened this. This question says that this question have been asked at least 3 times in the various exam. There was not a single textbook where this example is not there. So in this example, you are required to find out the economic order quantity. How economic order quantity? Can you look on it? How you find out the economic quantity? What figure you will place? You know the formula into square root 2AO divided by C. What is 2? What is A? What is O? And what is the C? Think about 1 minute, then I will explain. Think your own way. This example is very important. Example number 20. Think about it. Put in formula. Don't look the answer first. You think in your own way. Then I will explain. The data is with you. So in this example, what is novelty? They have given you average monthly marketing demand 2000 tubes. When it is a monthly 2000, you may be tempted multiply by 12. So annual demand is 24,000. But they have given another very important data. Normal usage 100 tubes per week. When it is a normal usage 100 tubes per week and annual week are 52, so it cannot be exceed 5200 tubes consumption. So that annual demand 2000 is meaningless. It may be a demand in the market, but not your manufacturing capacity is there. Your consumption shows that you produce 100 tubes per week. So you may not place an order exceeding that material. So forget about 24,000 tubes. You consider 5,200 is annual demand. And accordingly, you solve the problem. This is a very important point. But suppose you ignore this normal demand and you may consider 24,000, you can. In many books, this answer is given based on 24,000. It is also correct. But the practical aspect shows that it should be 5,200. So first point is very simple. So you may apply the common sense here and 5,200 tubes. So solution is already given 102 tubes is approximately UQ. The first answer is clear. Answer number 2. They also ask you reorder level. What is reorder level? The 3 level is a very simple, so I have not discussed with you the maximum consumption multiplied by maximum period. Minimum level, you know, maximum level, minimum level. This is the formula base. You can prepare your own way. What is the important? ROQ is not given. In a maximum level require reorder quantity, which is not given. And here in the example, it is not given at all, but you have to use in maximum level. So very important point, EOQ and ROQ is same. What you find 102 is a EOQ, which is to be considered as a ROQ. So if you place the 102 as a ROQ, the problem can be solved. So the example number 20 is a very important questions for your exam revision. Put as R. I will give you separate list of all the chapters, but at this moment, 20 number example is the most important. If you do this, many points are covered. So the example number 20. Another important concepts is very important concept which is given in the problem number 18. Average inventory turnover ratio. What is the average inventory turnover ratio and why it is so important? How it helps us, how to calculate it. So these are very simple conceptually. Material consumption divided by average inventory. This is the ratio. And in this example, you can see that it is already sold. So I'm not giving much weightage. What is the consumption? Opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. That give you average. That give you consumption. And opening stock plus closing stock divided by 3 is give you average inventory. This is very simple. So here given for material A, 10,000 plus 52,000, 62,000 minus 6,000. That is 56,000 is our consumption, and average inventory 10 and 616 divided by 2, 8,000. Now interpretation is more important than calculation. So material A 7 and material B 2.5. What is indicate? What is indicate? Which is the better? Higher inventory turnover ratio is advisable or lower? That is very important. So what it indicates? 7 times and 2.5 times. 7 times means in a year, 7 times you have to buy and sell. Means purchase and consume. 7 times. And B is 2.5 times. So definitely higher the turnover ratio is advisable, is moving fast. It is moving fast. So if you want to measure your movability of material, take the base of the turnover ratio. Higher is better. Now, third important question. How many days inventory hold? This is also equally important. So assume 365 days, divide by 7, number of days inventory hold. And in case of the B material, 365 divided by 2.5 inventory. Which is better? When inventory hold less day is better. Inventory turnover ratio higher is better. So these are the very important concepts, and this is asked. So in the material only 2 points are important. They find out EOQ and take the decision based on the EOQ. And before you take any decision, you have to consider total cost. So what is the total cost? Total cost means PC plus OC plus CC. What is the PC? Annual demand multiplied by purchase price. What is the OC? Number of orders multiplied by per order. How you find the number of orders? Annual demand divided by order size. Then what is the CC? CC is the outcome of average inventory multiplied by purchase price multiplied by carrying cost. What is the purchase average inventory? Order size divided by 2. What is the carrying cost? Carrying cost per annum. If it is given monthly, you have to multiply by 12. Clear? So this is enough for the revision for the material cost. Now we switch over to labor cost. In labor cost, is very simple, very easy. If you solve the paper, you find out. Entire labor cost is divided by in 2 parts. For exam point of view. One in incentive-based questions, and second is cost accounting standard 7 based questions. Now, first we look the incentive-based questions. I told you there are 4 incentive schemes. Is very, very important. And third is labor turnover base. So, incentive base, you must know the formula. Halsey, Rowan, Merrick, and Taylor, which I have explained in the theoretical part. And practical part, they also ask the questions. You solve the one, I'll give you one simple question to solve it in a very simple way. I'm not going plain question, I'll go very typical question, which was asked in June 19, that kind of, but very simple questions. Question is like this. There are 2 workers, A and B. There are 2 workers, A and B. Standard time allotted them to 100 hours. Standard time allotted them to 100 hours. Actual time taken by both A 60 hours and B 80 hours. A 60 hours and B 80 hours. The wages rate are same. Wages rate is same. Overhead, ₹1 per hour in both the cases. ₹1 hour for this. And the cost, conversion cost, which is produced by A, is 300 rupees. By A, 300. Forget about now B. First we solve the A. A, actual time taken 60 hours, standard time 100 hours, wage rate is the same for both, overhead ₹1 per hour, and cost produced, conversion cost produced by A is 300 rupees, and applicable Rowan. What will be the wage rate? Find out this. This question was asked in June 19, figure is different. So we can solve it like this fundamentally. What is the total cost? Total cost means wages plus overhead equal total cost. Fundamental, if you want to find out total cost, material cost plus conversion cost. Your material cost is in epson, that we'll see later on. Material cost plus wages plus overhead equal total cost. Here, material cost is not given. We are concerned only with conversion cost. And total cost is given 300 rupees. Overhead also given 60 hours work and 1 hour 60 rupees. 1 rupee means 60. So what is the wages? The balance is wages, 240 rupees. 240 rupees is a wages. And now we have to find out the wages rate. So how to find out wages rate? So wages consisting of two, wage plus bonus. What is the wages? Wages is simple by time rate. Time taken multiplied by hourly rate. Hourly rate we don't know. That is we put X. How much time taken? 60. So 60X is a wages. Plus, what is the bonus under Rowan? Time saved divided by time allowed. What is the time allowed? 100. What is the time saved? 40. Because time taken 60. So 40 is time saved divided by time allowed. Multiply by wages. What is the wages? We don't know. This is 60X. Rate we don't know. So find out the wages by this formula. So 60X plus 24X. 60X plus 24X means 84X. 84X is a wages, which is equivalent to 40. How 240? Total cost 300 minus overhead 60. So wage 240. So 84X equal 240. So X equal 240 divided by 84. That will be the wages rate. That wages rate will come. And that wages rate come like 240 divided by 84. 2 rupees 85 paisa. And this way you can find out the wage rate. This kind of example they ask. So by equation, unknown figure you can find out. Similarly, you can find out for B, where the total cost assume 500 rupees. So this rate also you can apply, which rate is same. So this kind of example most of the time asked. So very popular example, Rowan Hersey You do only one example and you will be master of it. Example number 22. Open example number 22. Page number I give you. Most important example, 2-3 times this example have been asked. Page number 106. Page number 106. Example number 22. Think about how you can solve this example. Then I will solve you. Think about it for 5 minutes. Two workmen, Vishnu and Shiv. You think about it. Sir, could you understand these questions very well? How to solve this problem? Now read this problem. Very simple, but logically and fundamentally you have to understand. Two workmen, Vishnu and Shiv. Put the two equations. First Vishnu. What is the equation? What is the total cost? Material plus labor plus overhead equal total cost. Material cost is not given, so put X. You can see the answer. X. X is the material cost. What is the wages cost? Under Rowan, the material cost is X plus wages cost. So how many hours he has taken? Vishnu has taken 60 hours. So 60 X. Now you can take for rate Y. So x plus 60y plus under row 1. How much time we have saved? 40. 40 divided by 100 multiplied by 60y plus 600 rupees is overhead equal. They have given the cost 7,280. This is the first equation. What is the second equation? Shiva, same material means X plus he has taken 80 hours, so 80Y is under Helsing, so 50% of time saved 20 multiplied by hourly rate we don't know why plus 800 rupees overhead equal 7600. Now solve the equation. So if we will minus this, x is out. So what is the remaining? 60y plus 24y bonus plus 600 equals 7280. And in second equation, 50% of 20y means 10y. 80y plus 10y plus 800 equals 7600. Now, what is the this minus this? What is the difference? 84y plus 600 equals 7280. 90y plus 800 equals 7600. So 320. Here 200 minus, and here 10y. So this side, so 10y equal 320 minus 200. So 10y equal 120. So y equal 6y. 6y equal 120. So y equal 20. How the rate has come? Y equal 20. 84y plus 600 equals 7280. 90y plus 800 equals 7600. Subtract from 1 minus 2 to 6y. Minus 200 minus 6y minus 200 equal minus 320. Now change the side. 6y equal 120. So y equal 20. Once you have figure y equal to 20, put in any equation. So first equation x plus 20 into 84 1680 plus 600 equals 7280. So x this side 7280 minus 2280. So x equal 5000. So now you can prepare the cost sheet. Material cost 5000, labor cost 1680, overhead 600, and total tally 2780. Similar you can do for other y. Putting this way. So I think you understand this. Now Herschel-Rowan typical problems are over. Example number 22 is more than enough. You will understand all this. Now under is Merrick and Taylor. That we are not discussing. We have already done. You may find out first efficiency. If efficiency is less than 83% in case of Merrick, no bonus. Between 83 to 100, 10% bonus. 100 and above, 20%. In case of Taylor, is also different. If efficiency less than 100%, no bonus. But not only no bonus, minus 20% of wages. If it is 100% or above, plus 20%. Similarly, under question of labor turnover. Labor turnover, there are three methods. One method is called a separation. Second method is called a replacement, and third is flex. The formula is simple, no need for going further example. So formula is number of people separate out during the period divide by average number of employee. In second, how many replace? These are very important part. Suppose 500 people are separate. 800 people are recruit. Out of 800, 600 are replaced. So we will take 600. Only replace, not a recruit. Recruit may be due to expansion or any other reason. And average number of employee means opening plus closing divided by. So this is very simple. But they ask this question. And now third, and very important, CAS7 quiz. You know the cost accounting standard. There are 24 cost accounting standard, and you have to remember all the head of the cost accounting standard. So 6 is the material, 7 is the employee cost. And they can ask the questions on it. So normally in company we consider CTC, and normally our labor cost is correct cost. But as per CAS, we have to verify it whether it is correct or not. So in this case, the example can be like this. All the heads are given of labor cost according to CAS7, which is can be considered, only consider, rest remove. And so which cost cannot be considered as a labor cost according to CAS7, that is more important. So 5 costs are not to consider. Which are the 5 that I give you? The first cost not to consider any amount we have recovered from employee. Normally company provide the perquisite, staff bus, canteen, quarters, and company spend on this money, and later on they recover some part of it. So you have to deduct that part and consider as a cost. So first point, the amount which already spent but to be recovered. Assume 20 lakhs spent and 3 lakhs recovered. So we have to minus 3 lakhs. Point number 2, amount paid and recovered. Example, festival bonus. Diwali is coming and festival bonus is given. Staff loan is given, which is the amount given, not spent, but to be recovered in future. So that will not be a cost. Third, the cost looks like an employee, benefit for employee, but it is very common and considered as an overhead. Example, recruitment cost, training cost. This is not an employee cost. That is the cost considered as an overhead. That may not be considered. 4, any penalty, fine paid by company in respect of workers. This may not be covered. And last, any subsidy for any input may be deducted. Example simple. Suppose the company recruited employees and salary paid 10 lakhs. And later on under apprentice scheme, government subsidized 2 lakhs. So these 2 lakhs to be minus. These are the simple 5 rules we have to operate. So I am writing down one example. If you want, you can write and tell me how much cost to be considered. Uh, these are the example, simple but very important. Calculate the employee cost as per CS7. Salary and wages 10 lakhs. Perquisite 6 lakhs. Lease rent including repairing of quarters 4 lakhs. Amount paid for settlement of discontinuous operation. Amount paid for settlement of discontinuous operations to employees 3 lakhs. Training cost 2 lakhs. Contribution of employee 5 lakhs. Contribution of employer 5 lakhs. Gratuity 2 lakhs. Advance advances to staff 4 lakhs. Festival bonus 2 lakhs. Bonus 2 lakhs. Penalty for late payment of gratuity 1 lakh. Apprentice salary 4 lakhs. Subsidy of government towards apprentice salary 1 lakh. Recover from staff on quarters 2 lakhs. And perquisite 3 lakhs. Calculate employee cost as per CAS7. Think about it. These are given how much you will consider for the as a employee cost as per CAS7. I am read out again all the figures. Sales, salary and wages 10 lakhs. Perquisite 6 lakhs. Lease rent including repairs 4 lakhs. Amount paid for settlement to employees for discontinuance of operations 3 lakhs. Training cost 2 lakhs. Contribution of employees 5 lakhs. Contribution of employees towards PF 5 lakhs. Contribution of employer to PF 5 lakhs. Gratuity 2 lakhs. Advances to staff 4 lakhs. Festival bonus 2 lakhs. Bonus 2 lakhs. Penalty for late payment of gratuity 1 lakh. Apprentice salary 4 lakhs. Subsidy of government towards apprentice salary 1 lakh. Recovered from staff towards the quarters 2 lakhs and for perquisite 3 lakhs. Think about how much you will consider as an employee cost under CS7. You think about it, then I will solve it. Now let us look on the method. Salary and wages will be considered. The amount to be considered as per CS7, 10 lakhs. Here. Perquisite, 6 lakhs. So whatever you recover, you will minus, or later on total you will minus. Both are the same. So perquisite, suppose we consider, so either you can consider 6 lakhs or minus 3 lakhs. So we minus here, so minus 3 lakhs. Lease rent, 4 lakhs paid and we recover 2 lakhs, so minus 2 lakhs. So it will be covered 2 lakhs. Then amortizations, amount paid for settlement of employees for discontinued operation. This is abnormal cost, so we have to ignore, not consider. Training cost not considered, it is overhead. Contribution towards PF by employee, that will be not our, it is there. We have not paid anything, employer, so not considering cost. The contribution towards PF by employer, that will be considered 5 lakhs. Gratuity will be considered 2 lakhs. Advances to staff, which is to be recovered, not considered as a cost. Festival bonus, which is to be recovered. No, festival bonus not to recover, so it will be considered 2 lakhs. Bonus, that will be also considered as a cost. Penalty, we have paid 1 lakh towards the late payment of gratuity. Penalty we have to ignore, it not covered in the cost. Apprentice salary 4 lakh will be covered, but 1 lakh will be recovered from government, so minus 1 lakh, so 3 lakhs. And above the perquisite we have covered, that will be minus above. Or if you have not deducted from the corresponding figure, we can minus later. So the cost as per CS7 will be 10, 313, 215, 520, 22, 24, 26 and 29. So cost to the company according to CS7 amounts to be 29 lakhs. So these are the wages, employee cost. We have looked at 3 areas: incentive, labor turnover, and third is CAS7. So I will also give you a list of the example which you have to refer from your study note. If you want to refer the, so see the example number 25. So you will be better understand. So 25, example number 25 of employee cost, page number 1, 1, 10. You look this example. Which is very good example. You can see the answer. Copy the address. Look this problem, then I will explain it. First of all, try a level best to see how the problem is calculated. According to this. So in this example, what is the things, how to solve this problem? First, material cost will not cover because it is a material. Salary 15 lakhs covered. Employee training cost will not cover because it is overhead. Perquisite to employee will be minus. Sorry, perquisite to employee will be covered. Contribution to graduate fund is will consider. Lease rent also will be considered 3 lakhs. Festival bonus also will be considered. Unamortized amount of employee will not cover because it is special case. It is paid but abnormal cost. And credit side, special subsidy will be minus 2,75,000. Either you put total minus or from employee cost you get minus. And recover amount of employee, that will be minus. But from perquisite or put total and minus. These are the CS7. So I think you understand. So 5 point you remember. Under CS7, cost will be considered like this. The eligible cost like salary, wages, bonus, festival bonus, gratuity, contribution to PF, ESI, or any other legal matters. Similarly, perquisite, quarters, all these are covered. What is not covered? That is more important. 5 things will be not covered or minus. One is any kind of overhead, recruitment cost, training cost. Second, any kind of expenses recovered from them, like recover from staff bus, canteen, quarters. Any amount paid them which are to recover means advances for loan. Similarly, bonus given in advance or festival bonus which is to be recovered, this will be minus. Any subsidy, grant, relief from government, and where there is a input cost is there, then minus profit. Any abnormal cost will not consider, and any legal penalty, illegal matter, cost, all this will be not covered. So now this topic is over, and we switch over to very important chapter, overhead. In overhead, there are only 4 types of problem. The first and very important problem you know very well, so we are not going very detailed. The allocation and the apportionment. Second kind of problem are absorption, method of absorption, and a related problem like under absorption and over absorption and its treatment. Then machine hour rate. These are the important from exam point. So we first look how to find out absorption rate. So overhead figures say, but this can be absorbed by many ways that we discussed. There are 5 methods: percentage of raw material, percentage of labor cost, percentage of prime cost, machine hour rate, and labor. Under each method, absorption rate is different. Then we have to apply this rate for the actual cost of the job. So we take one fundamental problem and how to find out the rate that we will do. We take a simple matters. Overhead. Formula is simple. O divided by B. B means base. O means overhead. So overhead 10 lakhs. Overhead 10 lakhs. Direct material consumed 50 lakhs. Overhead during the period 10 lakhs. direct material consumed 50 lakhs, direct wages 100 lakhs, machine hours 10,000, labor hours 25,000. Find out absorption rate under each method, and then find out the cost of job X, where material cost is 100, wages 150, machine hour 3, and labor hour 4. Under all the 4 methods, find out the cost. But first you find out the rate, absorption rate. Try this or think this, then we will solve it. I'm again overhead 10 lakhs during the period. Direct material consumed 50 lakhs. Direct wages 100 lakhs. Machine hour 10,000. Labor hour 25,000. Find out absorption rate under each method. Then find out the cost of job X, where material cost is 100, wages cost 150, machine hour 3, and labor hour 4. Find out. You think about how to solve it, then I will solve it. There was one point that why festival advance is to be considered. One student asked of the earlier question. The festival bonus is nothing but a bonus. Company has to bear any cost which is to bear by company is considered. But festival advance will not cover because the festival advance is to be recovered. But whether you give a festival bonus or any bonus which is paid by employer will be considered. This is the point. Another point important is that the addition is changed, the page number is changed. So I will also speak the name of the company. This is the company because the 1 or 2 page plus minus in all the case. Okay, so I noted this one. Now, which I told you that I will give you the chapter wise. Today I will send to Vanjal Sahib. Chapter wise, which example you have to look for the exam point of view. That I will send today to Vanjal Sahib, so you will get it tomorrow. Either handwritten or, if possible, by computer. This is hardly 2 pages. And which are the short notes you have to look along with the page number. But title will be there, so page number 1 or 2 is a different, may be possible. Now, the fundamental we have to look in the overhead. When you come in the industry, not only in the exam point of view, absorption of overhead is a very critical because when you change the rate of absorption, it will change the cost. So there are 2 parts important. Rate is important for calculation, but after finding the rate under all the methods, which method you will apply, that depends upon the industry. Suppose in the engineering industry, where the machining is a very important part, so machine overhead is important. If the only labor work is important, like fabrication, so then labor overhead is important. Industry like chemicals, industry like pharmaceutical, where machine hour and labor hour is not at all important, their material cost is important, so then the recovery rate will be under this method. That will be absorption method is direct material. So in this problem, I have given the overhead and various bases. I told you there are 5 methods: percentage of direct material, percentage of direct labor, percentage of prime cost, machine hour, labor. Formula is simple: O divided by P. If B is smaller than O, you need not to find out percentage. If B, means base, is larger than overhead, then you have to find out percentage. Otherwise, it will be in fraction. So here all we have the point 10 lakhs overhead, 10 divided by 50 multiplied by 100. So it amounts to be 20%. So the first method 10 divided by 50 multiplied by 100. So direct percentage of direct material 20%. Similarly, percentage of direct labor 10 divided by 100. So it is 10%. Under prime cost 10 divided by 150. So 6.6%. Machine hour 10 divided by 10,000. So 10 lakh divided by 10,000. So rupees 100 per machine hour rate. And the labor 10 divided by 25,000. So it will be 10 lakhs divided by 25,000. So 40 rupees rate. 40 rupees per hour. Now what we have to do? We have to find out the cost. Cost of job X. Here we have to open under all the 5 methods: material cost, labor, and overhead. Under all the 5 methods, 5 column, percentage of direct material, percentage of direct wages, prime cost, machine hour and labor. Material and labor will be remaining same in any of the method. So these material cost 100 and the labor cost 150. So in all the 100 and 150, 100 and 150, 100 and 150. What is the difference? Only in overhead. Why difference? Under various absorption method, rates are changed. So what happens under first method? Percentage of direct material. Direct material is 100 rupees. And what is our absorption rate? 20%. So 20% of 100 is 20 rupees. So in first method, overhead is 20. Under second method, percentage of direct labor. So labor is 150 and percentage is 10. So under this method, overhead is 15 rupees. And in the prime cost method, it is 6.6. So 150 into 6 point means 10 rupees. Under machine hour, 3 machine hour rate and 1 machine hour rate 100 rupees. So 300 rupees the overhead. And under labor, 4 hours, 4 into 40, 160. These are the overhead and you can find out the total cost. Under first method, total cost is 270. Under second method, 265. Under third method, 260. Under fourth method, 150, 450. And under last method, 410. These are the very, very fundamental absorption rate. So it is very simple. Basically, you have to understand O divided by P. So this, I think, is very clear. Now, based on absorption method, we have to find out new and very important concepts under absorption or over absorption. How to find out? So there are 4 steps. The steps are like this. Very important problem they ask. Step 1. Find out absorption rate. The first step is find out absorption rate. Step 2. Find out recover overhead. There are 3 names. Recover overhead, overhead absorb, or overhead apply. Any one word you can use. Step 3. Difference between RO and AO. RO means recover overhead and AO means actual overhead. If you have a 3 step, then step 4. If plus, it is over absorption. If it is a minus, it is under absorption. This fundamental you have to understand. It will help you in any problem, any objective question like this. So I take one example. How to find out the absorption rate? So O divided by B. O means assume it is a estimated overhead. So estimated overhead is assume 20 lakhs. And B means machine hour. Machine hour rates are 1 lakh hours. Machine hours are 1 lakh. So absorption rate EO divided by EB. EO 20 lakhs, EB 1 lakhs. So absorption rate rupees 20 per hour. First you have to find out absorption rate. Formula is simple. Absorption rate means EO estimated overhead divided by estimated base. Base is machine hour 1 lakh and overhead 20 lakhs, so 20 rupees per hour. Step 2. Find out the recover overhead. Formula is absorption rate multiplied by actual activity. We assume 85,000 hours work. Actual hours work 85,000. And our rate, absorption rate is 20 rupees. So recover overhead is 17 lakhs. Recover overhead is 17 lakhs. How to find out? Absorption rate multiply by actual activity. Third, difference RO minus AO. Actual overhead is 18 lakhs. Actual overhead is 18 lakhs. So absorption overhead 17 lakhs. Actual overhead 18 lakhs. Now, so difference comes in minus. So minus 1 lakh. That is why it is called a under absorption. This understanding must be there for any cost accountant or any students. So there are 4 steps. Step 1, find out absorption rate. Step 2 will be find out recover overhead. Recover overhead can be find out absorption rate multiplied by actual activity. Third step, difference RO minus AO. RO means recover overhead, AO means actual overhead. And difference is plus is over minus AO. Now this AO is very important. This is the expense of this year. If some elements included of the previous year or abnormal, that will be removed. Example, maybe 18 lakhs rupees is the expenses, but 2 lakhs pertaining to settlement of previous year case of labor. So this 2 lakhs removed. 1 lakh rupees of previous year expenses also to be removed like this. So take one example for your practice. Write down estimated overhead 5 lakhs. Machine hour 5,000. Actual machine hour work 4,000. Actual overhead 5 lakhs. Find out under oblique over absorption. Find out under oblique over absorption. Also in following case. 1. If machine hours is 5,000 and actual overhead 4 lakhs. 2. If rupees 1 lakh of actual overhead of previous year and machine hour is 3,000. In 2 cases, first you take this, then additional you will do it. Estimated overhead 5 lakhs, machine hour 5,000, actual machine hour 4,000, actual overhead 5 lakhs. Find out over oblique under absorption. Then you do the under to exercise. If machine hour 5,000 and actual overhead 4,000, what will be your reply? And second, if 1 lakh of actual overhead of previous year and actual machine hours 3,000, what will be the effect? So first find out the first. We will see this. Now let us look to the answer. Estimated overhead 5 lakhs, machine hour 5,000. So what is the absorption rate? Absorption rate is 5 lakhs divided by 5,000. So 100 rupees. Absorption rate is 100 rupees. Now this absorption rate is 100 rupees. And what is the recover overhead? Actual machine hour 4,000. So multiply by 4,000. So recover overhead is 4 lakh. And actual overhead is 5 lakh. So RO minus actual overhead 5 lakh. So 1 lakh is under absorption. These are the very fundamental. 1 lakh is under absorption. Now, under questions are given like this. If machine hour are 5,000 and actual overhead 4 lakhs, then what happens? So 100 into 5,000. So recover overhead 5 lakhs. Actual overhead is 4 lakhs. So 1 lakh over absorption. 1 lakh is over. And in second case, if 1 lakh is actual 1 lakh of actual overhead pertaining to previous year and machine hour is 3,000, then what happens? So out of 5 lakhs, 1 lakh is previous year, so actual overhead 4 lakhs and absorption of a recover overhead 3,000 multiplied by 100, 3 lakhs. So 1 lakh under absorption. Now, if under some practice on this, under absorption is rupees 2 lakhs. Under absorption is rupees 2 lakhs. Actual overhead rupees 5 lakhs. Actual hours work 50,000. Actual hours work 50,000. What will be absorption rate? Try this. Under absorption is 2 lakh. Actual overhead is 5 lakhs. Actual hours work 50,000. What will be absorption rate? Look this way. How to find out this? Think about it, then we will solve it. So this will be like that. What? So how to calculate this kind of example? Simple. What is the step? Absorption rate multiplied by actual activity equal RO. RO minus AO equal under oblique over. Now what is the point? We have given the data under absorption 2 lakhs and actual overhead is 5 lakhs. When actual overhead 5 lakhs, under absorption is 2 lakhs, it means what? 3 lakhs is RO. RO is 3 lakhs, then AO is 5 lakhs, then under absorption minus. RO is 3 lakhs. What is the RO? Absorption rate multiplied by actual activity. Actual activity is 50,000 hours equal 3 lakhs. So absorption rate is 6 rupees. So absorption rate is 6 rupees, and that is why the under recovery is 2 lakhs. Clear? Take the similar example for practice, and then we go to treatment. Over absorption. Over absorption is 5 lakhs. Actual overhead rupees 15 lakhs, including 3 lakhs of previous year. Including 3 lakhs of previous year. Actual hours is 5,000. What will be absorption rate? Find out the absorption rate. So how we will look this letter? Over absorb 5 lakhs, actual overhead 15 lakhs, rupees 3 lakhs of previous year, actual hours 5,000. What will be absorption rate? So find out this. Absorption rate multiplied by actual activity equal RO. RO minus AO equal plus or minus. But over absorption is plus. So it is 5 lakhs plus. When 5 lakhs plus, what means? What is the actual overhead? Actual overhead is 15 lakhs, including 3 lakhs of previous year. So remove these 3 lakhs. So the actual overhead is 12 lakhs. And RO is must be 17 lakhs. RO must be 17 lakhs. When RO is 17 lakhs, actual 12 lakhs, so it is 5 lakhs. Now 70 lakhs is RO, and what is this actual activity? RO is 17 lakhs. Actual activity is given 5,000. So 17 lakhs divided by 5,000. You will find the absorption rate. 17 lakhs divided by 5,000. It will be absorption rate. Now further, after finding the absorption rate, we have to find out the treatment of under absorption or over absorption. There may not be much important of over absorption, it is a hidden profit. But if there will be under absorption, we have to absorb by many methods. One method, ignore it. Second, whatever under absorption directly transfer to costing profit and loss. And third method, supplementary rate to be given. And this supplementary rate given to is effect on cost of sales and finished goods and WIP. So we take one example that covers all the points. Example is like this fundamental. Absorption rate is 10 rupees. Absorption rate is 10 rupees. Actual hours work 1,000. Overhead 12,000. Absorption rate 10 rupees. Actual hours 1,000. Actual overhead 12,000. Sales 1,500 units. Finished goods 300 units. WIP 400 units. Into bracket 50% complete. Find out under absorption and giving its treatment. Giving its treatment. This is very popular and a very important example and fundamental example. So now we will solve this problem. Absorption rate 10 rupees, actual hours 1000. So RO is 10 into 1000, so 10,000. Recover overhead are 10,000. Actual overhead is 12,000. So what is under absorption? RO minus AO, 10,000 divided by, minus 12,000. So 2,000 is under absorption. This first part is over. Part 2. How to treat this under absorption? So amount of under absorption divided by production. So under absorption rate will come. Earlier absorption rate come, now under absorption rate come. What is the amount of under absorption? 2,000. Divide by production. What is the production? Sales is 1,500 units. Sales plus stock. So finished goods is 300 and WIP 400 units, but 50% complete. So 200, 50% of 400. So total 2,000 units produced. So 2,000 divided by 2,000. So rupees 1 per unit. Rupees 1 per unit. And how to give its effect? This effect given to cost of sales, which is 1,500 units multiplied by 1. So 1,500 rupees. Finished goods, stock 300 into 1, 300 rupees. And WIP 400, but equivalent 200. So 200 into 1, 200. So total 2,000 is effect is given. So what is the effect on profit? Cost of sales 1,500 will increase. That will reduce the profit. Reduction in profit 1,500. But 300 rupees increase the valuation of finished goods. So increase the profit. 200 rupees increase in WIP. So increase the profit. So net effect is 1,000 rupees is reduction in profit. These are the very, very important and fundamental example. In your study material, look the last problem. Problem number 20 is given there. The example I read like this. In a manufacturing unit, overhead was recovered on a predetermined wage, rupees 25 per man day. Page number 163. It may be plus minus one page. You read this example, last example of the overhead. That we will see it. You see it, then we will solve it. So now consider this problem, then I will explain you within 2 minutes. So now this question is like this. What is given? 25 rupees is absorption rate, recover rate, and total factory overhead incurred is 41,50,000. So 41,50,000 is actual overhead minus recover overhead. What is recover overhead? 25 rupees rate and 1,50,000 hours are work. So 1,50,000 into 25. So 37,50,000 is overhead recovered. Absorb or recover, both are the same words. So under absorption is 4 lakhs. Clear? This 4 lakhs under absorption divided by production. So what is the production is given? The under absorption 4 lakhs, what is the production? Out of 40,000 units produced, out of 40,000 units were produced during a period, 30,000 units were sold. There were also 30,000, but unit produces 40,000. Unit produces 40,000. And out of 40,000 units produced during a period, 30,000 units were sold. So 30,000 sold, clear? And there were also uncompleted units, which may be reckoned 66.67%. So out of 30,000, it is incomplete. How much incomplete? 2/3 is incomplete. So what is the 2/3? 30,000 and 2/3 is 20,000. So 40,000 produced and in process 20,000. So total 60,000. Understand? 40,000 produced, already finished, produced, and out of plus incomplete units are 30,000, which is amount to be 2/3, means 20,000. Total 60,000. So 4 lakh divided by 60,000. This is the rate of under absorption, 6.63. Now it is applied to 3 parts. One part is cost of goods sold. So how much sold? 30,000. 30,000 into 6 rupees 60 paisa. Second, how much in finished goods? Out of 40,000 produced, 30,000 sold. So 10,000 finished goods. So 10,000 into 6 rupees 60 paisa. And in work in process, 20,000. How 20,000? 30,000 to third complete. So 20,000 to 6, 1,30,000. So total amount will tell you 4 lakhs under absorbs. Clear? So these are the things. So tomorrow under the chapters we will tackle this. And I will send the important example along with the number and page number, all the 25 topics, including theory. Okay. If any, this is our first day, so I have to adjust with you. And whatever points you have, you tell me. We will accordingly, still we have 2 days and we will do this very well, the revision of these subjects with a clear-cut object to getting 80 plus marks. If possible, 90 plus. If not possible, 80 is the minimum. You keep a target. And you will read the theory, prepare the notes on yourself. 3 point of every topics. There are maximum 50 topics. So in 150 lines, you can cover entire theory. I also guide you how to do it, that, and accordingly you prepare. And a number of example you have to prepare from study note as well as from scanner. Which problem you have to solve from the scanner, that also I give you list. You will get tomorrow. Okay.